What's good, y'all? Today is the first day of 2K24's community day where all the creators go and test the 2K24 builder. So we finally got a bunch of news on the builder, what the builder looks like, the badges. So I got you covered here with everything we know so far about 2K24. A couple quick announcements before we get into that. You can see on the screen here, I am now a part of the 2K Labs team. So big congrats down in the comments for that. I had a lot of people last year asking, especially on my build videos, how I was dribbling the way I was dribbling, and everybody, I put out dribbling tutorials, but people wanted more than that. They wanted, one-on-ones, and they wanted to talk to me personally. Now I'll be streaming over there on 2K Labs channel, and then I'll be able to connect with y'all and answer personal questions that you have in a live stream so y'all can get better at dribbling yourself. Another quick thing before we get into today's video, if you guys need a code for Underdog Fantasy Sports, y'all could use code Koza for a deposit match up to $100. If y'all put in $10, you get 20. If y'all put in 20, you get 40. If you put 100 like me, I got 200. And from there, you can make some money to get some more VC for 2K24. But with all that out the way, man, let's go ahead and get into everything we know so far about 2K24. Now, when the content creators can actually release the builder information will be September 1st at 8 a.m. We also get the rec stuff in there. So basically everybody's at community day right now. I'm pretty sure it's like a weekend thing. They're getting all that information, all that content, and then all the community members or all the content creators at community day can release all of that content September 1st. So be ready for that. Now this is the first look at the official next gen builder. Now the only thing that scares me looking at this, plus real quick, we got 24 new badges leading up to 77 total badges, 24 for Mamba. But look here, this dude is already at 90 overall, and he only upgraded really perimeter defense to 95 and steal to 90. He really hasn't upgraded speed, acceleration, really ball handle, passing accuracy and speed with balls up there, but you'll probably need more than a 75 speed with ball this year, I'd imagine. His shooting is a 68, mid-range 82. He has no finishing, so that is a little bit scary. So we're gonna have to see how that plays out whenever we do get the builder in our hands. Some badges that got removed out of the game are Limitless Takeoff, Bully, Clamp Breaker, Menace, Mismatch Expert, Quick First Step, which is a big one, Vice Grip, Amped, Clutch Shooter, Floor General, and Volume Shooter. As soon as I read that Quick First Step was out of the game, I was like, what the? But don't be alarmed, there's other badges in the game. It's actually split into two badges this year, one for big guys from the mid-range and one for the perimeter for the smaller guards. Don't be too alarmed, bro. We gonna get right. This is huge. There's new badge tiers, and then there's also this thing, right? So overdrive, this is just one of the many things you can have. It's a badge with overdrive applied will receive an increase in badge level progression while playing games. So if y'all don't know, you can earn and lose badge progression as you go through and you play. So the more you play, the more your badges will kind of sculpt the player you are. So you can kind of evolve your build into like personalize you. So even if you change throughout the year, like sometimes I start the year playing one way and I kind of like mold to the other way, my badges will automatically switch and evolve from the old me into the new me, which I thought was pretty cool. Now defense is getting a huge buff this year. We've heard it every year, but this year they actually have the facts to back it up. They have a badge called Fast Feet, and it's like Quick First Step on the defense. Whenever you're guarding a dribbler, you can actually shuffle holding left trigger, and I would imagine holding right trigger to really speed it up, so you can really not get beat and slide as much on defense. That's going to be a very good badge this year. Right stick Ripper, you're going to get a boost whenever you steal with the right stick and you aim it left or right wherever the ball is. That's a pretty good skill gap, not just spamming X and these lockdowns getting RNG steals. Now offense has this badge called Bulldozer. When it's kind of like Bully from 23, it's kind of like Giannis is the best way to describe it, how he just muscles his way through. Now you have a badge to defend that badge, right? And then 94 feet is a fives badge. You probably see it a lot in Pro-Am. I don't know how the gameplay is going to go in Pro-Am and rec and stuff like that, but if you like the full court press, you can improve your ability to do that with the 94 feet badge. This is the badge Bulldozer that I was just talking about. Giannis got that boy on Hall of Fame. He's just throwing Jimmy Butler out the way. Now this is the new Quick First Step badge. It's called Speed Booster, which is pretty simple, right? This guy has like or Jordan Poole got like a weird dribble style on that we know from the knowledge that we know from 23. He doesn't have that quick first step, but he has that little delayed quick first step. So Speed Booster is going to be able to speed up his animation, just like quick first step, but it's just categorized for the small guards. We have a new two-step badge, which is good for Euro, layups and dunks. There's a lot of good finishing badges now. We have the hop steps, the Euro steps, a lot of good finishing badges to get really creative at the rim. Now a badge like Precision Dunker is the people that use the dunk meter. Now if you don't know already, using the dunk meter in 2K24, you have to green the dunk meter in order to finish that dunk. Now this badge right here, I would imagine would open up the green window or make the green window bigger, so you know you have a higher chance of, you know, correcting that dunk meter, greening that dunk meter. But the dunk meter is definitely harder to use in 24. Right here again, takeovers are no longer part of the MyPLAYER builder. You just activate them throughout the gameplay. Now this is one of my favorite things. My favorite thing of all of it is a cross play. You know, coming from Xbox, I can finally play with everybody from PlayStation. I know a lot of people on PlayStation, but this might be my second favorite thing. In terms of archetype improvements, more emphasis was placed on preventing meta builds. We can all agree that when 2K first drops and nobody knows the meta, it is the funnest, you know, few weeks ever. Before people figured out 6'9s are OP and post scores are OP in 23, I had the most fun ever, and it's like that every year. Every year before the meta gets released, everybody makes the same stuff. It is the funnest 2K possible. And if they can prevent these meta builds and everybody making the same thing, it can really be a fun game for a long time. Now I will say they're implementing a lot of change and a lot of new things this year, and the problem with implementing new things is something always slips by. You know, it's their first time trying it, so something always slips by, and there might be like a meta. There's a meta every year, but hopefully they, you know, they did good. I don't know if y'all remember this, but they did fire a lot of the dev teams, and they did bring a lot of new dev members on, even ex-2K League players, you know, like Wolf. He was a 2K League player, and then he retired, and then now he's a dev team member, and he works on the game. And somebody like that actually like knows how to play the game at the highest level and knows what's good and what's not and what takes skill, that is the biggest W for the 2K dev team. Now this is the performance multiplayer, multipliers, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Now this is your MyPLAYER performance multipliers, right? This is, you know, you see on the left, they got the Rec, Pro-Am, City, NBA. So you have these. We're just looking at the Rec right now, which is a very popular game mode. It became popular in 23 because Park was so easy, no skill gap, people could dunk from the free throw line, and it was just hard to get bumps. Defense was weird, but Rec did become very, very popular in the game choice to play over the other game choices back in 23. So we look at the Rec right here, and if you finish with an A- grade or higher, badge level progression will be accelerated. So if you're a big man and you know you play with randoms but you lose a good bit because you know you're playing with randoms, if you get that A- teammate grade, if you still play good ball, you're going to be able to have your badges be progressed. Now if you run and you know you find yourself with a 90 win percent, 80, 70, 65 win percent, and you want to go with the middle one, winner takes all, if you win the game, your badge progression will be accelerated. That's a good one too. I feel like if a lot of people have that, it'll be a very competitive play. I see, you know, even when I hop in the Rec, and you know, I'm not really, it's Rec to me, so it's like I'm not really going try hard, I'm just kind of chilling. If a lot of people have this badge on, or if I have this badge on, maybe I'll sit up in my chair a little bit and try to win the game, make the game, you know, better, because you know it's more competitive. It's going to be a close game. This one, in Rec games against tough opponents, your badge progression will be accelerated, which, you know, the Rec is matchmaking, so I don't think this one will be that popular of a choice, but still a very, very good thing to implement into 2K24. Another big thing in the Rec, or even in Park, bro, RBLB, if you don't know, after you grab a rebound, if you RBLB, it's going to throw it to the furthest man down the court, or even on cuts, it's going to throw it to the closest person near the basket. They have taken that out the game, so you're going to have to be more cautious whenever you're making those full court passes. Now, this is what Zach was saying, bro. So your badge progression, your badge grind is going to be pretty quick to get your badges, which is amazing because we're going to be able to get our badges first, second, third day, or first week. And even when we make a new build, we're going to be able to just get in action without having to grind that my career for a little bit. Your teammate grade, so playing good ball, not ball hogging, not standing out of bounds, not, you know, doing all that weird stuff. You need good teammate grade to progress your badges. So if you're not playing good ball, or if you're not winning games, you're not going to get as much progression as you would if you were playing good ball and winning those games. A huge W for me, I had like 30 plus builds last year, spent over 2,500 last year, which is fine because I'm making content for you guys. But your rebirth sets your badges at silver immediately right whenever you make it, so the badges you don't use as much will drop down, you know, to silver. Badges can't drop below silver, by the way, and then you'll progress your badges from silver to gold or Hall of Fame. Another thing is there's a badge perk I forgot to mention. I forget where I've seen it, but there's a badge perk that you can put on where your drops, you know how your badges, they won't drop below bronze. There's a perk where your badges won't drop below silver, so that's a good W right there. I'm not gonna lie. Real quick, I just wanted to mention this isn't, you know, gameplay wise, but the NBA commissioner is actually at the NBA 2K24 community day. I thought that was a big W. That's my man Spill there with the NBA commissioner. And if y'all don't know, all the creators that went to 24 community day, they got that the icy ring, man. They got the PlayStation 5 controller. They got the little fanny pack bag thing. And then they got that purple 2K24 Community Day hoodie. Now, there's a lot of more news I didn't really go over, but this was basically just like the builder news that we got from Community Day. There's a lot of news that you probably got from other videos. You know, Joe Knows putting out bangers. You know, Badge Plug is putting out bangers. So if you want news from earlier about like Adrenaline and more gameplay news, go check them boys out, man. But for now, this is all we know from the first day of Community Day about the MyPLAYER builder. A lot of y'all are asking what I'm thinking for making my first build. I'm obviously going to go with like a tall ISO build like I do every year. It's kind of like a 0.4. Probably going to go 6'6". I might do the tallest height I can get, you know, the speed booster badge half. Or I might go the tallest height to where I can get a 92 ball handle. Either one, man, just a tall ISO player that could play a good D, like a two-way 0.4, just like I made in 23. Y'all know I'm going to figure out the dribbling controls and try to help y'all get better at the game or more familiar with the game right off the rip, man. Y'all know I get the game 14 hours early. And I'm going to try my best to do as much research as I can, especially with the 2K Labs boys, to get y'all the best builds, the best animations, best jump shots y'all could have off the rip of the game, so y'all can go out and enjoy 24 yourself. Now, if y'all like today's video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel if y'all want more content like this. And as always, I'll catch you on the next video or stream.